place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Beautrice has correctly joined the channel. Hello to the 6,000 people watching over on Twitch, which so far would be Mandy, Doads. Remind me, I need to go through this and have a look exactly what it is I'm pressing that's not doing things right. It's dragging settings from one place to another and I don't understand why. But I'll get there. Eventually. Esther, how you doing? You okay? There will be sneeze breaks on account of the fact that I've been sneezing. So, you're just warned, you know what I mean? Bizarre shit going on outside there now. Hi, Mandy, hi. Oh, man. How are we? How are we all feeling? Are we all full of the joys of spring? Are we? Are we really? I'm not. I'm feeling ropey. Very ropey. Tired. And not 100%. But we'll get there. We will get there. Goedenavond, hadden we. Everything good there? All good in the hood? Yeah. So my daughter went out last night. I got a call at 3:30 or just after 3:30 in the morning. Can you pick me up? And can we take me mates home? So we did. And I got back home at just before 6 in the morning because me and her sat and had a long chat in the car. A much needed long chat. We normally only get about 5 or 10 minutes of a morning and in the car taking her to work and the same going home. So we had a proper chat. But it meant that I was absolutely shattered this morning. No Everton game and we won, obviously. Because I'm still haunted. It's me. I am the one that causes all the issues that Everton have. When I turn up, we never win. And I've been sneezing ever since. That's a nice cup of tea. I am a jinx. I'm absolute 100% Jonah. Although, to be fair, so was Sean Dyche. The same players he had are suddenly looking like an actual team and are capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. So I think maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was Sean Dyche. Anyway, I'm glad he's gone. I haven't done something, have I? Oh shit, yeah, I know what I haven't done. Don't really matter. Ah, well, there's loads of things I haven't done that I should have done. But the lights are all charged. What else? Something else is done. Tomash. All for one, one for all. Everton's the team that play beautiful football. We're up for the league and we're up for the cup. Everton's on the up and up. Yes. Right, Mandy. TikTok is gone, but will be back again, but won't be back again. Because it looks as though possibly it was being used as some kind of, watch me, I'm fantastic, Donald Trump, I'll bring it back, just watch this. And then someone's come out today who said he can't just change the law, the legislation has been set. The only way it can be brought back is if they either sell it or agree to the rules and regulations that they put forward. You can't just say, oh no, I'm president, I'm sorting it out. You can't. So I think this might run this one. But apparently it has gone. And not just TikTok, CapCut as well. I didn't realise CapCut, which is one of the apps that I use on my phone to edit videos, was also part of the same suite, the same people. So that's been turned off as well. So a lot of people that would use it to make YouTube videos are no longer able to use it. I don't think they realised it until they started trying today, and then nothing works. The whale's gone mad. Ali, oh. Tomash, did you go to the game today? Spurs missed the first half too. Yeah, I didn't see the first half myself. In fact, I only watched the last 20 minutes, I think. At which point they started playing fairly well. So I am the jinx, aren't I? Definitely. Ali, oh, hand up in the air. And wave him like you just don't care. There you go. Piggly ding. Donald, how you doing, bud? How's things? Clinging to the edge of Europe. You did. Mandy was in the... sorry, Mrs. Tom. Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? Was in the main stand. Oh, I say. You were in the Bullens. Mrs. Tom was 2 for 2 for wins. Maybe I am a jinx and she is a lucky charm at the same time. So if we both turn up, it might be a draw. There you go. How's that? Did I pay for CapCut? No, it was free. I can still use CapCut because I don't live in the States. So it still works for me. However, they are an absolute pain in the arse. I can't use LUTs, and I want to use LUTs. So much so that I made the last video that I uploaded, I made in CapCut, and I couldn't put my LUTs on it, so I just left it as it was, which is why it looks a little bit washed out, which is pretty much how I look, so there was no big deal really, was there? Spring is in the air all of a sudden. Hope springs eternal. The grass looks green, you can't explain it. It's the Moyes effect. Oh yeah, Ali, oh, happy birthday, Ali. Bloody hell, I forgot about that. Oh, man. How can we be on the 19th already? That's impossible. It's impossible. If Ali's behind the bar, drinks are free. Come on. Just give her your tips, that's all you need. Nothing else needed. To hell with the consequences. There's no explaining it, there's definitely some explaining it. No baldy ginger bastard anymore. The grass looks blue to you. You need to get your eyes tested. Esther. Ali's getting the birthday bumps. Was nice to see the grass today. You spent too long watching the ball in the air. I did put a thing on Blue Sky about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, which said that we've got some really good players. The problem is they're not being coached. And then all of a sudden, an actual coach turns up, starts telling them what they can and can't do and how to defend, and gives them a style of play to play in and patterns of football to play in. and they look a million times better. How mad's that? Steve O's is soon too. Yes, it will be, won't it? Enough candles on a cake to burn the paint off the ceiling. Pew Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble and Grub are on standby as we speak. Let it happen, bass player. If you know, you know. Kirsty, how you doing? How's it going? You alright? You're not even Irish. The world's gone mad. I've just been called a baby on my own channel, by the way. Boss, isn't it? You're such a baby. Sorry, mate, I am. Yes, there will be sneezes. I can feel them at the back of my throat. Ali birthday to you. Ali birthday to you. Happy birthday to the ginger assassin. And it's warm again. It wasn't. I mean, obviously it wasn't. 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning, it bloody wasn't. But there's no ice on the cars. Even though I've bought a brand new car condom. Stuck it on for the first time tonight. Because I don't fancy having to dig the car out again in the morning. As it will be cold. It will be cold. You are welcome, Ali, you are welcome. Oh, man. Yes, baby. Not a babe, Mandy. I didn't get called a babe. It was definitely a baby. Let's have a look who it's by. On the channel, he says, I talk about the following subjects: nationalism, rational science, art, fiction and psychology. Fair enough, mate. It doesn't look to be a particularly nice channel. We'll leave it at that. I've replied. I've been funny, charming, erudite, and all the other bits and pieces that I pretend to be. It is warm. This radiator, at 7 o'clock this radiator gets as hot as hell. And by 10:05, this radiator gets freezing cold. And the room gets cold. It is bizarre. I am looking forward to spring so much. The longer days, even the longer days that we have at the moment. I mean, was it 3 or 4 weeks ago that it was absolutely pitch black before 4 o'clock of an afternoon. Now we're getting slightly longer days. It's wonderful. So I will be out with my camera. Looks almost professional, that, doesn't it? Almost. How are the cats? The kittens are still demolishing the house. Are they? Kittens always do, don't they? How's everyone's fur babies? How's the book babies? Oh, your new book series is set in Camden. I cannot believe in all my time of going to London I have never been to Camden. Considering I love the music that came out of there. And it's just up the road from Euston. Never been. Been loads of other places. Never been there. I am a shit tourist, really, aren't I? How can I have been to Croydon but never Camden? Been to Croydon twice. The first time to go for a meeting, the second time to see if it was as bad as I thought it was. No comment. Got nothing to say, let's hear it. Yours are all asleep currently, Hoderick. You are surrounded. Lego to the left of you, Draki to the right. Here you are, stuck in the middle with Arvin. Ah. Arvin's pushed herself under your feet. That's a nice thing to... That's a nice... Surrounded by animals is lovely, isn't it? I should visit the Netherlands again. We should have been back by now, to be honest with you. My dad keeps getting invited back to watch FC20 games, but can't. I'm not even sure I can fly. I'm like the anti-R. Kelly. In as much as I might not be able to fly, and I'm not a nonce. Buy me an alcohol-free beer. Ah, dank u wel. I have got alcohol-free beer in the fridge. I still haven't had one. Today would have been a perfect day to have one as well. Cats are doing well. The old boy, who was around 14, is just chilling. Needs to go to the vet. Ah. There is a train and a ferry. The ferry from Hull to Rotterdam is a pain in the arse. We used to get that one all the time. That was 13 hours overnight. The train, no, I don't think the train's too bad, is it? The pup was put out back for a bit. Won't be able to type if you didn't. Alright. Kittens are bonkers. Joust is just having fun playing with them. It's lovely, that, isn't it? Nice seeing that young life. Esther, you want some kip? Steve-o, Steve-o. Nearly asleep and still chesty coughing, so you'll mostly be in the Lurkers Lounge. Well, in that case, before you disappear, we do have... Mandy made a ball for our rubes, and we need to see this.
Right, this is a little video for Auntie Mandy. Ruby, what you got?
Yeah.
What you got? There's your answer, Mandy. Oh, bless her. Say thank you, Auntie Mandy.
Thank you, Auntie Mandy.
What you got, Ruby? What you got? You got a new toy?
What you got? What you got?
Yep, that'll do. That'll work. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Nick.
There you go, there's our rubes, looking fantastic. As is Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. You're on the train to London in the 90s, it made your eardrums hurt. I've not been on a train that long. That must be really crazy. I mean, how many thousands of miles is that? Probably about 400 or something stupid, isn't it? 3 sleeping cats. Not bad. Do you think your neighbours will mind? Sod them, who cares? Chicken's chicken, lad. Utrecht to London is about 5 hours. I didn't realise that. To be honest, during the 90s, when I was going to watch Everton away games, Liverpool to London was 4 hours. That's changed now, it's just over 2, but yeah, the trains are awful here. Rube's happy with the gift. I haven't shown Mandy what it looked like 3 hours later. It doesn't look like it did then. Put it that way. Let's have a look, see if I'm... There you go. That's what it looks like now. Rubes has had fun with it. Yes, free eggs. And if there isn't a rooster with the neighbours, wouldn't even know. Right, yeah. So they wouldn't even know we'd have free eggs. Much better. Much better for the environment as well. Louise, how you doing? Ollie says thank you for the birds. Speaking of which, it was still dark this morning, fairly dark this morning anyway, as it would be at about 10 to 6. But the robin that thinks he owns this street was so loud. It was dark and that little sod was still giving it loads this morning. Ridiculous how noisy he was. Steve, your birthday's the 24th. Lovely stuff. Lego just woke himself up by his own fart. There you go. And then he's looking around. What happened there? What happened? Kirsty needs to go make a hot water bottle. No problemo. Yeah, as long as she had fun while it lasted. Looked like she was enjoying it. Barnsey, how you doing? It looks like it was jazz knitted. It does, doesn't it? Lots of jazz knitting going on. Whew, Jesus. Louisa's current status image has been sent. That's me in the background. That's me in the corner, losing my mind, is it? Religion, something or the other. How many duvets have you got on there? Very nice. Very, very nice, Louise. Looking very chilled. One happy looking fair baby. That's what we like to see. We haven't got any fair babies here. We haven't even got next door's cat. I think it was next door. Not been seen for a while. Well, not been seen by me. Probably because it's been winter. During the summer or during the spring, if you sit with the conservatory doors open, you can hear the occasional bird ruffling, and then a little bit of a cat noise, and you look out and this little mini panther is bouncing around our garden thinking it owns the place. Wonderful looking cat as well, absolutely jet black with, I don't know, turquoise eyes. Amazing looking thing. Jackie Lewis, how are you doing now? Are you okay? Are you full of the joys of spring? Oh, hello, what's this? Not doing too bad. I like to see this. I like to see this. We don't want people feeling sick. So hopefully, our Jackie's on the mend there, feeling better. Steve will be feeling better as well. I'll stop sneezing. What are you bevying, lad? This is melting my face, this. Finally, we're getting there, aren't we? We are getting there. Good stuff. Oh, and by the actual way, I don't know if this will show up on the screen or not, but I've had stuff arrive, which is try and cover my eyes up. Little bottle opener keyring things. So if you want one, just send me a message and I'll post one out to you. Free of charge. Just give us your address. I thought it'd be nice to try. I don't know how well they work. I have got a bottle in the fridge, but I haven't used it yet. But I think they're only sort of 3D printed, heavy plastic. But I don't know. We'll check them. We'll see how they look. Jackie, you've had an absolutely horrendous 3 weeks of sickness. It's not just 3 weeks. You've been sick in the head for years. You are welcome, Steve. You are welcome, mate. Yeah, oi, oi. Steve-o. If you weren't such a strapping lad, you'd have been over that chesty cough by now. That's because the chesty cough thinks to itself, this is a proper fight. Not leaving this alone. Joey, how you doing, bud? You okay? Hello to everyone, even those from Derry. That would have to include the undertones, who I absolutely love, by the way. You're feeling great now. That's good to hear. Jackie Lewis. Donald, you're still a bit sick after 10 weeks. These things seem to be hanging on far too long these days. Every little bit of a cold seems to last longer than it did. Anyone who's got a chest infection seems to last long. It's mad. Maybe we've been using too many antibiotics over the years, that the body is now just not responding to stuff, or diseases and what have you are getting stronger. I don't know. It's weird. Could be the end of it. Oh, ginger's crossed. Watching some NFL playoffs, Joey. Happy days, mate. Yeah, it seems to be plastered all over Sky tonight. Sky TV, not the Sky, you know what I mean? Like, the only thing is tiredness. Well, it will be if you've been sick for weeks. It's going to take a while to get back to your energy levels. Your health will improve before your energy levels do. Know what I mean? Oh, and there we go as well. Hedwig and the fur babies all watching us together as well. Proper little family gathering. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, dank u wel. Yeah, the key to avoiding illness is to not get sick. It's amazing how many people fail to grasp that. You know, dozens in the same boat. It is. It's crazy, isn't it? But you know what? It's actually, they are wise words, because the amount of people that seem to go around licking door handles. Just, how do you constantly get sick? And I mean, everyone gets sick. It just happens to us, but some people constantly. Have you just got over that cold? You've just got this cold. Just got over that cold. I've now got this. I've now got that. What? Connor, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you. According to the conspiracy guys, it was the fog What? Because it was misty the other week, is that what they're saying? Oh, don't go down the conspiracy thing, because, jeez. Me sister has fallen down that rabbit hole at the moment. You've heard something about that as well, yeah? Sorry, right, so it is, they genuinely think that's what it is. Mad. Connor, you're on 191 now. Lovely stuff. So when certain things with the weather comes together, well, it might be. Yeah, the weather can play a part in it, I suppose, but is this fog been man-made? Is that what they're saying? And full of all kinds of diseases. Very cute fur babies they are. Is that my kink with the door handles? Shh, whisper it quietly. I accidentally said that in work once. When people were still worried about COVID after we ended lockdown. Someone was getting a bit overly upset about things. I'm really concerned about coming into work. Well, stop fucking licking door handles then. Said I. And then months later, my brain exploded. So, you know. All's well that ends well for them. Seemingly it was something that hit New York in the 50s or 60s. I can imagine, especially the 50s or 60s, it wouldn't just be fog, would it? It would also have all kinds of other particulates in it, which are not healthy for you. Where are we? Where are we? Yep. Ali, I was going to say, what's the mug? Is that one of those Stanley Cups? Or is it a Smeg one? I have another Smeg one, by the way. A sort of a grey bluey. A grey bluey. Looks very much like it could be a World War II fighter plane kind of grey bluey colour. RAF blue? Is that what it is? I don't know, can't remember. Another one, it looks really nice. Connor, do we think you can hit 200 before 2026? Absolutely. 100%. Keep singing. Absolutely. Donnie just broke your screen hitting the like button. It is petrol grey. I should have brought it with me. Petrol grey. It's a lovely shade of petrol grey. Brings out the colour in your eyes. Why are the Stanley Cups so popular? Are they massive? Or you're on about the actual Stanley Cup, which is huge. Handle liquor instead of window liquor. Whatever tickles your pickle, know what I mean? It was a birthday gift, oh, very nice. Air Force Blue, that'll be what it is, isn't it? Air Force Bluish. Ish. Who's watching the NFL tonight? Joey is. Square Table Degenerates there. Joey said he was watching it. Seems to be a hell of a lot of people on my Blue Sky timeline are watching it. Lots of Englishy type people, which is strange. I don't know. Maybe it's taken off a bit more now. Probably as well because Tottenham Hotspur Stadium hosts actual NFL games. So a lot more people can get themselves down to watch a game live. Wembley used to do it as well. It's like a metal inside. The metal inside means that it's got thermos properties, so it will keep hot things hot and cold things cold, but not at the same time. Right now it's the Rams 7, Eagles 6. The Rams, where are they now? They've been everywhere, haven't they? LA, San Diego, was it? Philadelphia Eagles. Are they the Cheeseheads? Definitely not you, Harry. Not me either. That's not my kind of game. Later it's at 11:30, Bills against the Ravens. That's, I think, one of the ones that was getting advertised earlier, so that'll be on as well, definitely. The Stanley Cup is better than the Ashes Cup thing. It isn't. The Ashes is one of the best trophies in world sport because it's about that big. It's what it represents, that's the main thing. And then seeing all these burly cricketers, 6'5" batsmen with shoulders like a wardrobe holding up this little thing that's about that big. Crazy. It's amazing. Wash your mouth out. How dare you? Exactly, Steve. You're going to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium next October. The Brownies are playing. Got to come out and see you. That's a long way to come to watch a game, isn't it, mate? It's a lovely stadium now, by all accounts. LA Rams now. I think they were, when I remember watching it during the 80s, mid-80s, was it the LA Rams back then? They've all changed. Something we can't get used to over here. Teams don't move. You don't have franchises. You have a team that represents where you come from. So the LA Rams would have been the LA Rams until they changed the name. Bizarre. Just can't get used to it. You just use Stanley knives. But the Stanley Cup, of course, is the ice hockey, American ice hockey, or North American ice hockey, sorry. Canada are involved as well. The ice hockey trophy that they win. Agent Ben Godfrey, mission accomplished today. Absolutely. It was wonderful seeing that. The best part about today, apart from Everton getting a win, was seeing Ed Sheeran's little horrible ginger face as the 6th goal went in for Man City. Where's the Dettel? Where's the wire brush? Piggly Ding next. Oh, fancies a shift. Oh, fancies shift. Next one is going to be a good one. The Florida Cup is better than the Stanley Cup. Would that be the one that we won a few years ago? Jackie, you're doing really well. Feeling so good from Wednesday. You think a stranger has invaded your body. Not for the first time. Usually in a car park, surrounded by cheering half-wits. Definitely feeling better. Donald's hand was up first. First come, first serve. Jackie will be next. You will be next. As Jed is my witness. You have been missed. Sorry, you have been pissed. I don't know. One or the other. Unfortunately, it's true, yes. But it's good you're feeling better. It's always, I always hate stuff like that. Do you know what's even worse? When you're not feeling well. Is when you're not feeling bad either, if that makes sense. When you're just feeling a little bit off, I always think just either feel well or shite. Just not in the middle, in between. That's horrible. Yes, you have to shout louder to our Louise. Not only is she 38,000 feet up, she's also under about 17 layers of duvet. In the company of Fair Baby and Sherpa. Yeah, birthday girl, first orders, absolutely. You can have it in your new cup if you'd like, if you so wish. Stanlos Thermi. Stanley Thermos, even. Stanley Unwin, because she's worth it. There you go. You can have a bucket of tea to go into your big mug. And also some Jaffa cakes. If you don't want the box, have a grab bag. Hot chocolate for Mandy. Do you believe in miracles? Never been that sick in your life or for as long, longest ever 6 days before It's horrible, isn't it? Ah, well, hopefully that's all your illnesses out the way for 2025, over and done with. Ikanch, am I going to fall? I've already fallen over on Twitch, Ikanch. Part of my brain exploded and I fell over, which wasn't great. But no, I got up from my fall. I'm going to be fine. Yep. I had a stroke, unfortunately. So now I can barely walk, never mind fall. But we're going to be all right. Every day. Instead of every day I'm hustling, every day I'm trying to learn how to walk properly and use that which isn't working. But I could be far worse. I was far worse. I spent 2 months in hospital. I'm not there anymore. That's a bonus. Hope I can recover quickly. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I am trying. Stanley Unwin, deep joy. Fantastic. 13.5 tog for you, Jack. I mean, obviously you are in Northern Ireland, which is freezing, but 10.5 tog, I think, is the sweet spot, to be honest with you. When you don't feel yourself, you mean, yeah. It sounds a lot better when you say it rather than write it. It does, Louise. It is. It's a horrible thing because there's, again, if you could just be horrible and get it over and done with for in like 3 or 4 days, you'd be all right. Or if you can just feel great, you feel all right. That in the middle of it, just it's not one or the bloody other. Horrible. Jackie doesn't watch porn, just appears in it, obviously. Stanley Menzo, I remember him, Dutch goalkeeper. Professor Stanley Unwin, who appeared on the Small Faces album Ogden's Nut Gone Flake, which is a very strange thing to do. Your sore chest putting your temperature up. Steve's chest will put anyone's temperature up, won't he? I'm doing amazing. I am. Doing absolutely amazing. Considering where I come from. But there's a long way to go. Like I said the other day, watching that video, I shouldn't have watched videos about strokes on the internet, despite the fact that I've made them myself. When that woman said, I am an expert, in the first 2 years you will have done pretty much all of the improving that you will do. Oh, you bastard, I'm 2 years in already. It's not going to get any better than this. But it will. George Michael, man, you've got to have faith there. Burp, burp. Deep joy. Very, very deep joy. Right now it's -6. Do you know what I think outside here we're still, I think we're +2 outside here. +3. Ooh. That's t-shirt and shorts weather, +3. We like that. Ikanch, whereabouts in the world are you from? Where do you hail from? You see, because behind me, anybody who appears on the stream, we like to put their flag up as a thank you. Some of them are almost falling down. No es bueno, as they say in Japan. Had those temperatures last week in Northern Ireland. Feckin' Baltic. It is. It was. And again, the difference between +1 and -1, although it's only 2 degrees, it is worlds and worlds apart. Bizarre. Oh, hello. Casper, has Casper been in? Where have you come from? Where are you? Are you home? Yeah. The live chat just went ping and then loads of stuff appeared and then disappeared. As often it will. I will improve slowly. I already know I'm able to do things I couldn't do 2 years ago. I was able to do things this last week that I couldn't do 2 months ago. So things are improving, but it's so slow. So slow, man. I'm going to get there though. Friend in Wisconsin said it's -17 at the moment. Coming up to 3 p.m. Shit, man. We had, was it 2010? We had -15, and that was bad enough. That was the kind of, this is the end of the world, and then people are dealing with that on a day-to-day basis. It's mad. You'd move, wouldn't you? I often think that. I watch loads of documentaries and nature stuff, and then like animals struggling to survive on the edge of the desert in Africa. I think, well, fucking move. Just go a little bit further north or a little bit further south, wherever you are. There's loads of animals, there's loads of water. You'll thrive. No, we're going to stick on the sand dunes, us. 1C. There's only 1C in Manchester. That's because you're not on the coast. It's always a little bit warmer where we are. Just a couple. -1 in Denmark. It's a generalisation. Brains aren't like bones. Brains are unique. Thank you, they are. But, as a rule of thumb, the same for the first 2 years, the neurological pathways will get rebuilt within that first 2 years. So you're going to do your majority of improving within your first 2 years. After that, you might not get any better, or you might get loads better, but it might just take its own sweet time, which it is doing, to be honest with you. But we knew that, didn't we? We knew that. And then look where I was. Getting hoisted out of bed. Hoisted. Genuinely picked up in a sling out of bed into a wheelchair to be wheeled into another room where someone was saying, we are going to teach you how to walk from scratch. And now I can jump in my car and go to the supermarket. Or go and get a parking fine and things like that, you know what I mean? Parking ticket. Can you believe that shit? Brains. Delicious brains. 9 degrees. Again, you're getting the best of the Gulf Stream, aren't you? There in Ireland. You're getting the best of the bull. 0 degrees. You're buried in the fleece. It's supposed to get really windy this week. Thanks Mandy, thanks for that one. There's me hoping it was going to be a nice week, but no. No drone. Even though I've just passed my drone pilot's license thing. I'm now fully legit. I'm allowed, I'm legal. And I sent an email through to my mate, I was going to say our mate, my mate, Ollie at Sefton Council. Where can I fly this bastard? Am I allowed to fly it here? Yes, you can, thank you. That is getting printed off, laminated and thrown in the car. So that any of these little, I was going to say flat cap wearing knobheads. I think you'll find you're not allowed to fly it there, thank you. I think you'll find, fuck off. You have a Sherpa fleece thing on. Sherpa fleece are boss. That's what my sister bought me while I was in the hospital, which I referred to as the Snoop Dogg pimp fleece, because it was purpley, reddy, winey, purpley thing. Man, I love that. One of the best things I've ever been bought. Been warm in Denmark the last few days, about 2 degrees. -9.8 not a week ago. That's a huge difference in the space of a week. As is the fact that it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter, which means the sun will be out longer and longer. The days will get warmer. We are on the way to spring. Definite lifesavers. Your sister bought it for you for Christmas. Yep. Mega hoodies for the win. Can't beat a good mega hoodie. Probably the warmest winter you remember, with the exception of about 2 weeks. Yeah, we're moaning about it, Donald, but it has been really good, hasn't it? It's just we have had a few weeks where it's been noticeably colder. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Noticeably colder. Smashing it, Barty. Cheers, mate. Were you without water? Without water? Did the council sort the drone stuff? I sent me email and just said, where can I fly it? So obviously, if you know Southport at all, if you come up the coast road, which is through a load of sand dunes, you can't fly it anywhere there because it's a a scene, a space of scientific interest. I don't know what you want to call it. An SSI. You can't fly it there at all. But north of the pier, where the dogging car park is, I'm all right as long as I'm this side of the sea wall, and I have that now printed, ready to be laminated, so I can do it. And the other day when I was emailing him, he got back to me on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Fair play to Sefton Council. The sun had just gone down, otherwise I'd have thrown the drone up because it looked amazing, man. Looked totes amazing. A fleece with the wolf on the back. A license to fly. Not quite. No 007, is it? Casper's in a t-shirt with a window open. Are you in Amsterdam by any chance? The thickest fog outside. Yeah, it was like that the other day by us. And then I filmed it, and because the cameras are so good, you couldn't see any of the fog. Just looked like a normal day. Gutted. But yeah, close the window before the fog gets to you. Apparently it's the fog that causes every known ill. Have you moved to Newcastle? Shit, yeah. Doesn't matter how cold it is in Newcastle. No clothes on at all. Bit further along the coast. So you've been alright, man, you've been alright. Loads of fog in Nederland as well. Footy on your telly, looked like your telly was broken. On Wednesday the day is already an hour longer, but sunrise is still after 8:30. It's weird where we are, I suppose. This last week just gone, my daughter was in work at 7:45 every morning, so you could tell the difference between the days. There was one morning where it was foggy and icy and dark. The following morning, the sun was coming up and the sky looked this mad orange and pinky purple colour. The day after that, it was cloudy, so there was nothing to be seen. It's the same time every morning, but every day it's progressively getting that little bit lighter, even when it's cloudy. It's not dark, it's grey now, it's mad. Really interesting. And it's 7:45 all next week as well. So I will be able to see, I might be able to get some nice sunrises coming up from Ormskirky, Berska kind of way. Yes. To be honest with you, Tomash, relief and that particular emoji often go hand in hand, so to speak. Do you want to stop TikTok everywhere or just the US? Just the US. Because apparently the US government don't want people possibly influencing, I don't know the words they wanted to come out with. It's a danger. It's a danger to the US. Fucking Elon Musk is a danger to the US. Donald Trump is. They all are. Anyone who's in charge is a danger to the US. They just don't want TikTok showing you what's actually happening around the world. That's why. It's all cray-cray. So we're alright. Ours is still working, as is CapCut. How are the Casper? Sounds the best place to fly it. I did get, have I used it yet? I don't know if I have. I did get a nice little drone shot from outside ours, lifting up and looking out towards the west, where the sun was setting, and it was really foggy and misty. And I did a 360 in the air before coming back down. Looks superb. I don't think I've used that yet. I'll use it on a video coming up. But it looked absolutely stunning. Stunning. What's happening with the beach? You seen a headline saying it was disappearing. The sea's disappearing. No, I think the beach is alright. It's weird where we are though. Because if you have a look at the pier, which I sometimes show when I'm streaming or doing whatever I need to do, the pier comes out, and south of that, the sea comes in. North of that, we've just got huge beaches. It's really weird, really weird. But the sea's coming in further and further at the moment. But the beaches doesn't seem to be going any further out. Weird. But I'll be able to get out there and have a look anyway. But if you found anything about that, Louise, just send me the link if you ever can. Any headlines, because I need to see this. Otherwise, one of these streams will be underwater soon, won't it? Jackie wants an extra hot skinny latte with an extra shot. Do we do that? That's my next hat sorted, a pilot. Yes, I have now got me little drone. I've had to buy one of those little Dymo label makers, which are shit, by the way. They're made out of plastic. Remember the good old days when you were metal and you could go out and work perfectly? Not anymore. So I need to print one of them off and attach it to my drone just to be 100% legal. Site of scientific interest or something, yeah. Rare grasses. Erin-Gosh, sea holly, yeah. Well, we've got natterjack toads, haven't we? Especially around Ainsdale. There's a few birds that are at risk as well, so we need to be careful. As well as the grasses, the sand dunes are at risk, so you can't be having drones flying around there chopping them to bits, apparently. I don't mind that. I'm quite happy with that. As long as I got told where I couldn't fly, I was happy. I can't fly there. Just tell me I can't fly there. I can't. Yes, sound. I'm happy with that. The fact that the website was so ambiguous and grey. It's like, just come on. Just tell people where they can and can't. Do a little map. Thou shalt not fly here, and then people will know. So thanks to our Ollie. Jackie likes a wee stretched in the evening. Sorry, you like a wee stretch in the evening? Would you like a hot whiskey as well? You went to a photography exhibition before the match. See these bloody football hooligans coming over here, going to photography exhibitions. Shots from the 70s and 80s of the beach. Seeing the cars on it was a throwback. They do occasionally still allow cars on the beach at Ainsdale and Birkdale. Not in the same numbers they used to. You're like a wee stretch in the evening. We do. You don't. Jackie doesn't drink alcohol, thankfully, because you imagine how much of a pain in the arse she'd be then. Alcohol-free whiskey, which isn't that a song by R.E.M.? That was Radio Free Europe, same thing. A pilot's hat, yeah. Sod the laminated approval. I also want a short-sleeved white shirt with the epaulets. And if anyone says anything to me, yeah. Excuse me, pilot. Fuck off. You are no longer limber and flexible as once you were. None of us are. Not able to get rock shandy either. I had a look in Tesco. Apparently Jackie's feeling along with you, Thomas. Seen a documentary about a cover-up involving the Clintons being involved in drug smuggling in Mena, Arkansas. It was interesting. It'd be interesting if all these things were true, to be honest with you. There's so much stuff out there at the moment which is just fake as, but I used it at the end of the one with the geese. Have I actually posted that though, Mandy? Because I used a purple one, didn't I? Was the one that I used the purple sky, or was it the misty one? Because there's two different ones I've done. I'm trying to take one every day. If the sky looks nice, I'll take one. Why don't they want people known as idiots dancing in supermarkets? I'm not an idiot. I wasn't dancing. Oh, you mean others? Slid on your decking the other day and did part of the splits. Was walking funny for a few hours. After all the practice you've had as well. Jeez. These iron girder on the oblong of dreams. Council versus residents versus scientists at Hoylake Beach. Council stopped managing it, it sprung into life. Local residents moaning about the loss of sand. Is this like this three-way, is it? Council are now unhappy that people are happy. The residents are unhappy because there's sand there. The scientists are happy that there's... Oh, it's on its arse, isn't it? You've seen it too. Didn't say it because you thought I'd know. I don't know these things. You've got protected birds and otters and jinxie with few other bugs at your local lake. We need to be careful of these things. If you take one little bit out of the ecology chain, it can change everything. So you need to be really careful. Yeah, watch out for your decking after a while. Power wash it as needed. And also during the summer, get out there, and you can't creosote it anymore, but you can use sickens or something, can't you? Stain it again. Keep on top of it. Don't allow anything to start growing. No moss. Glad to see someone's up on the local news. Ooh, thank you very much. Thank you, Louise. See, here's the thing though, I'm not from where he is. Do you read the local newspaper? I'm not from round here. Doesn't stop you reading it. No matter what you do, it's lethal. Is it lethal in an Irish thing? Oh, it's feckin' lethal, as in good. Few ways of solving it. Some people put chicken wire over it. That makes sense. That I like that. You really enjoy being a total melt. It's a good job, really, isn't it? Because you can't help it. Here on the west coast, a lot of houses and lighthouses have been moved further inland because the wind and sand erodes the sandy hills and cliffs. That's the unfortunate problem. That's life. That's how things work. It's the second law of thermodynamics, isn't it? Everything tends to entropy. So eventually everything, even the castles, the oldest castles that you have in the middle of Wales and Scotland and Ireland, will eventually turn into dust and grit and sand. Man, you've never been able to do the splits. Yeah, don't think it's a good idea, to be honest with you. But it's a much better idea to be able to do the splits. So if you want to do them, not if you accidentally step on a banana skin or something. East Coast. Yeah, the east coast of England especially. Sort of, there's bits of Scarborough, isn't it? Round there. Yorkshire, East Coast. Probably down to where Steve and Helen are as well. Round Norfolk. Are just washing away into the sea. But then he also said on the west coast we should be gaining. So the whole of the country will be moving westwards, slowly but surely. Every metre that we lose on that side, we gain on that side with more sandbars and sandbanks. It's bizarro. Mate lost a brand new RAV4 on Morecambe Beach. Yeah, you'd only had it a week. Do not fuck about on Morecambe Beach or Southport, Blackpool, the Ribble Estuary. Those are the kind of places where you look round, it's completely bone dry. You look round again, there's about 20 metres of sea behind you. It's not good. Not good. Jackie, you couldn't till you're about 21 or 22. What? Definitely not now. I'm the only guru you'll ever need, says Jeff. Very modest, Jeff, yes. Got to be careful, of course you do, yeah. George, Missy, as well as Charlie. Just, well, you have to find some way of dealing with it. You can't be going base over apex over there, can you? Especially not at your age, Jackie Lewis. We should give the splits a go now, but you might be in that position till your dying day. Are you someone that could do it in the past? Or is this just, sod it, I'll give it a go and see what happens? Claggy Flaps doing the splits. Looks like Snail Town. Ooh, harsh but fair. Were you watching, Steve? Were you? We all were. You were live streaming it, don't you remember? Yeah, Steve's the expert. What would you suggest for a non-slippery deck? Is there anything that we can do? We can do, I say that. We haven't got a deck. Got a little patio outside. Paven stony patio. Netting or throw sand over it when painting. Right. So it's textured paint. Right. A little bit of sand over it when you're painting. That's a good idea. I like that. See? We knew you'd know. He knows you know. He knows you know. Will the sand set in the paint? It should do. You can buy textured paint for the same kind of thing. Any sand. There's loads where Steve is. There's loads where I am as well. We can send you some. Send you some in a postcard. A bag of sand. I'm not sending you £1,000. Fuck that. Complain to the manager. Oh, hang on. No, nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Ali Ali O. More tea? Are we having more tea? We are. We're having more tea. There you go. A nice bucket of tea. A nice bucket. Not old, mature. See, I like that thinking. Esther, I like that thinking. Not old, just well worn. Experienced. You can get textured paint. You can do, definitely. Neighbour of ours in Garston painted his Hillman Humber, whatever it was, with stippled hammerite, which is the most insane thing ever. Silver, the Silver Hornet. He was a fucking lunatic, that man. Where is the windiest part of the UK? I bet you've got loads of windy parts of the UK, haven't we? Probably northern Scotland, I would have thought. I would have thought. Mature like blue cheese. Ugh. Would glitter work? Why not? Give it a go. Very Lady Gaga of you there, Mandy. You could do the splits before you ground out.
Next.
You ground all the cartilage out of your joints. What? Is that how you did it? Constant splits. Right. Piggly dinged. Donald off. Jinxie on. Piggly reset. Let's go. Yeah, ouch, ouch, ouch is just about what I was thinking, to be honest with you. You usually use stain on your decking. Stain's always good. We used to use something called Sickens, which is a brand, really good stuff. Put a little bit of sand, a light dusting of sand over it. Blue cheese for an acquired taste, or just matured for an acquired taste. Metal barred, yeah. The highest point will be the windiest. Well, the highest point is going to be Ben Nevis, isn't it? Top of Ben Nevis. But northern Scotland, the Isles, the Orkneys, the Shetland Isles, all that, they apparently just constantly windy. Was it Billy Connolly who said that when you take your dog for a walk up there, you take him like that. It's like flying a kite. You had to use the glitter bomb. That could do it. That could sort out your decking for you. Might not work, but you might think you're seeing stars when you hit the deck. Good point, Louise, but wouldn't that be great? I've knocked myself out, but it looked amazing. You are into valerian tea for the evening lately. Do we happen to have any? I think we can make that happen. How do we? I think we can. Well, he's not going to do the glitter. You never know one of these days. Isn't there that bluish glow in the dark paint they use on bicycle paths? Yeah, what are bicycle paths made out of? Use a bit of that. Put a mug of sand in your paint before you stir it. Give it a go. I think that sounds like a proper thing to do, that. Textured paint. There might be, there is. Go on, there is. You've never heard of it? Give it a go. What's valerian tea? Tea made of valerian. Yeah. Sometimes the obvious answer is the right answer. Check where the wind farms are. It's probably where it's the windiest. We have wind farms all around the UK because it is very windy, but the majority, I think, are in northern Scotland. Went to all the lengths, but no, I'm not refusing anything. Refuse nothing but blows. Wait, let Google translate it for you. Google Translate says valerian. Can we find this out? What's it called? Valerian root. Ah, so it's a bedtime tea. Lavender. Lavender and valerian, is that the same thing? Description. Let's have a look at the description here, come on. This particular one's got lemongrass, oat straw. What? Lavender and valerian. Right, so it's a helpful sleepy tea. From dreamy, sleepy, snoozy snooze. You were thinking chunky glitter, but if you crush up a geode, sparkly sand. Imagine the light bouncing off that as well. Esther, you've tried valerian tea as well. Quite yucksy, used the drops, but it didn't help either. So it's a relaxant, a relaxy nighttime one. You're learning all sorts. We're learning all sorts tonight. Different plants. Yep. This tea has got lavender and valerian in the same thing, so it must be used to help relaxation and sleep. Is it snowing here? It is not, and I have the car condom on just in case. Different plants. Valerian and Lavendel in Dutch. Mildly sedative or hallucinogen. Mildly sedative is what I think it is, Louise, because it's got this cup of tea thing, this Hampstead organic lavender and valerian tea. Meditate your spirit is the tagline on it, so it must be for chill. Lavender is anyway, so would have thought valerian would be the same kind of thing. They're going to put one off the coast near me. There's already one off the coast, sort of between here and Liverpool, and off the coast of North Wales as well. So, makes sense. They should do. Wouldn't mind some mad honey. We can do that as well. Valerian is like catnip for cats, but for humans it's relaxing, alright. Triathlon in Wales. I'm sure that's how you pronounce triathlon, isn't it? Or that's how you write it, rather. Triathlon in Welsh. Triagloch. Does chamomile tea not do the same thing? It's supposed to. Lavender itself is definitely, you can buy lavender sprays, lavender oils. So lavender, peppermint, which is in chamomile tea, valerian, all these roots, herbs and what have you, and seeds must all do the same kind of thing. So I'm going to give that a go though. I've tried chamomile and I don't like it. So I'm going to try a bit of valerian. I need to as well because my daughter's having problems sleeping at the moment, so anything that might help her out, we can try. And of course, chamomile tea, that famous song, isn't it? Chamomile tea, now we're sharing the same dream, and our hearts they beat as one. Cup of tea and an iced bun. You know, Domingo has some valerian treat things of a night time to chill him out. Yeah, different plants, but they must have the same kind of thing in them. As I say, peppermint, lavender, valerian, all used in sleepy teas. So they must have something in them that calms you down at least. Star Trek tea. Oh, you mean it's snowing over there? It's not snowing over here though. Waiting for a reply from Gerard de la Fayette, the windiest part of UK. Apparently Liverpool is very, very wind to him. Snowing in the US. Lavender candles works, yes. I've got ear rub. It's not just ear rub, but this lavender stuff that you put on your ears and on your wrists, which help you sleep. So all the stuff that's in there must be the same kind of stuff. Help you sleepy stuff. Valerian is Doctor's Baldrian in Danish. A lot of places in the US has snow. They do anyway, don't they? Supposed to relax him, and yet he'd be running around like a lunatic while our Domingo. Mad honey is a natural hallucinating type of honey. Is this what Pearl Jam claimed Pearl Jam used to be? Well, actually, it's not at all. Pearl Jam is related to 10cc, of course. No worries, I did check. I thought I'll have a look. Our Tesco might have them, but they never. But I did a full 360 and then another 360, then another 360 at Tesco that day. So my steps were through the roof. It was fantastic. And every time I went back round, I found something I was supposed to get and forgot. Which was grand. I did buy more goo though. We have more goo in the fridge. Louise, you give yours catnip and he goes angry for it. Gets Zoom and then nods off. Does Valerian do that to humans? Don't you just do that after a normal cup of tea yourself, Louise? Isn't that right? I've read that about you somewhere. In the paper that I don't read. Caffeine does that to you, Tomash. Doesn't bother me in the slightest, caffeine. And this is for someone who drinks his entire body weight in tea every day. That's a nice cup of tea. Didn't know dogs could have catnip. You only use it for your cat. Does that mean that cats can go dogging? Connie, been talking to your brother since he got to Australia. How's he liking it, mate? Talking to him last Wednesday and today, all good stuff. You never realised that of the 10cc name? Yes, that's what it stands for. 10 is a cubic centilitres. That's the average issue of a gentleman. I did a 1080 in Tesco, I did. Front foot 1080 with a fakie, according to Tony Hawk. Don't know why he was working there, like, but there you go. The local paper is the Southport Visitor, it is. And Visiter, indeed. We used to get it, that and the Champion, which is just used to light fires these days. Utter shite. But brilliantly awful in a local kind of newspaper way, where the news that's in there is not really news. Local man points at fence. Pages 4 to 86, all that kind of thing, you know what I mean? I didn't go to the match today. Thomas did, I didn't. I was up till stupid o'clock in the morning, being very, very much taxi dad. Caffeine does nothing for you either. Years as a coffee addict has done you in. Is that what it is? Is that what you're saying? Can you talk to people in Australia for free? Jackie Lewis, you can talk to anybody in the world for free. Do you know that thing that you've got? That phone thing you've got? There are loads of web-based protocols. Instagram, you can talk to people on there. You can phone call people. You can use WhatsApp to call them. Zoom, Teams, all that stuff. Facebook, you call through that as well. You can do all kinds of stuff. Anybody around the world is now, if they have a phone in the hand and a connection, is able to call anyone else in the world. FaceTime them. All kinds of stuff. It's great. If Jigsaw Barlow can work there, why not Tony Hawk's? One is an absolute sporting legend. The other one used to ride a skateboard. A 1080 in Tesco is better than 10cc. A 1080 is. The only thing that's better than a 1080, of course, is a 4K. This means nothing to people that don't deal in camera resolution, but you know, trust me, the nerds down the camera club will be laughing their head off at that later. Oh, did you hear what Nick said the other day on the oh my word, it was amazing. Ironically, he was on a 1080p stream when he said it. Every fucker's got adenoids and stuff like that, haven't he? Whereabouts is he? Kind of whereabouts in Australia is he? Your local paper is shit too, the Lurgan Layer. But it's good for setting fires. Lurgan Layer, good for fire. Jackie is asking for a fiend. Sorry, for a friend. Same as Galway Bale. Yeah. Utter rubbish. Just is, isn't it? It's only worth reading a local newspaper if you have a local football side, or if you want to sell shite to other people. He's in Sydney. I've got a mate called Dudney who's in Sydney. Or is it Sydney who's in Dudley? I'm not sure. Proper tune on the Dukey. Altered Images. Don't Talk to Me About Love. That is a fantastic song. I like Altered Images. I still have Pinky Blue, one of their albums on vinyl from back in the 80s days. Saw Martin Freeman say that Peter Jackson on average had 22 cups of tea each day. That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot to someone who isn't English. Guy Martin would be looking at that thinking, is that it? That's the morning. That's what we have of a morning to get going. You were at the other side. Were you in Perth, were you, Louise? Were you in Perth? Perth? Or do you mean like, I don't know, what's the other side from Australia? Would it be Canada? Loved it. Loved it. How can you love Australia? It's a lunatic place. Every animal that lives there is trying to kill you. There's gold just lying around everywhere and you can't go and get it because 5 minutes trying to dig it up, you'll be scorched to a crisp. It's mad. Newspaper, emergency bog roll, yes. Bumf, which is why it's called Bumf, which stands for bum fodder. Did you know that? Because that's what it was used for back in the day. Unwanted papers and things coming through the door. Bum fodder. Not far from Bondi Beach, mate. My mate lives in Sydney. Don't think he's too far away from Bondi either. He's now, I think he teaches full contact mixed martial arts. Bizarrely. Cage fighting and all kinds of stuff. Proper bog roll in the 70s. Proper 70s stuff. Very steptoe. Your school friend moved there when you were 6 or 7. His dad was in aviation. Don't know if there was work there then. Oh, there will always be work over there, won't there, for stuff like that. Western Australia seems a bit more developed in 25 than it did in 1990 odd. Anything to do with aviation, I think you'll be all right over in Australia, considering you have to fly everywhere to get anywhere, unless you go on the GAN of something going from, where's that go from Adelaide to Townsville or somewhere mad. Northern Territories. You drink about 6 coffees a day. You are an absolute amateur, Jackie Lewis, an amateur. I have a cup the size of my own head, and I drink about 12 of them a day. Probably the equivalent to drinking about 40 cups of tea. Keeps you going, man. Did you experience the Fremantle Doctor? That sounds like some kind of executive position that you can ask for, isn't it? I took it home and gave it the Fremantle Doctor. Closely related to the Grimsby mouthwash. Every day at 4. Kinky. Oh, was that a TV show? Chippy rap. That was the good old days. Proper chippy rap. Bring that back. I know you can't. You can't have something that's got ink on it. You can't eat from something that's got actual ink on it because obviously ink poisoning. But it's a shame. A lot of the British actors pointed it out in the interview. Anybody who can drink a load of tea will stand out to a British actor. You can respect someone who drinks loads of tea. Went with his friend and his girlfriend. Oh, lovely stuff. That's not a bad place to go, is it, Sydney? Apparently, it is a fantastic city. By all accounts, fantastic city. You only know this from the cricket. They've moved from the Wacker to some new ground. Don't know if it has the same effect. I was watching the Big Bash League recently, and they were talking about that. Perth Scorchers, isn't it, who play in the Big Bash League, and they were saying the Wacker always had that reputation of being a touring party killer. Will the new ground have the same effect? We shall but see. Fair few family and mates have been spent time in Aussie. Braver than you. All the talk about the visa farm work. Yes, I've seen some of that. There was a girl who got taken out of the gene pool. It was part of that kind of environment. It sounded absolutely horrific, to be honest with you. Yeah, Jackie, during her sickness, she missed getting her Dyche out. Sorry, she missed Dyche being out. Imagine you partied. We partied like it was 1999. Which was shit, to be honest with you. Horrible years, 1999. Went past the Wacker a couple of times. Nice spot. Wanted to go to Bon Scott's gravesite, but you missed it. Is that where he's buried? I've got an issue with AC/DC. Genuine issue. I'll tell you my issue. I think they're fucking shite. Just pub rock. People are wanking themselves into a foam over how great they are. I could play as well as Angus Young the second week I picked the guitar up. And it must be mad being one of the Young family. Being in a band for that long and knowing your older brother will always have written the best song your family have ever made, which is Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats. Yes, one of the older Young brothers was in the Easy Beats. What a tune. Up to workers. Are we happy with his replacement? I am delighted. Not everyone, all Blues were. There was no celebration for a man being sacked. Maybe not from the Oblong of Dreams. There was a wahoo screamed when I found out here. Reflected upon the difficult job he'd done in challenging circumstances. Gave credit for him effectively stepping down. Yes, remember the 2-0 derby, the 5-1 against Brighton, and partied that he'd gone. Absolutely, bastardly. Who let the Dyche out? Who? Now you have free room in the house, Connor. Turn it into a studio, mate. Turn it into a studio, a full-on YouTube studio. The replacement is David Moyes, who managed Everton for 11 years in the past. 2000, was it? To 2011, possibly. Perth Scorchers, traditionally decent T20 side, nowhere near this year. Got Lancs captain Keaton Jennings on the books and young star Matty Hurst, playing neither of them. One of the nursey doctory fellas in the hospital while I was there was called Keaton, and all I could think of every time I seen him was Keaton Jennings. You'll miss the dice out rants. We're still doing it. Do you know what it is? It's like second nature. If someone says something to you, don't fucking dice out. You won't feel it and you'll be back home. It will be. There's an Icelandic AC/DC cover band called AC/DC, you like to think. There should be some fantastic cover bands. I still want to see a Deacon Blue cover band from North Wales called Real Gone Kid. That'll be perfect. AC/DC are great live. Mandy, they're not. AC/DC are not great live, dead, or in between. They're a fucking pub band, that's all they are. And having some half-wit wearing a schoolboy's uniform and headbanging to pop music is not great. Heavy metal, they're not even heavy metal. The fucking Prodigy are 10 times heavier than a dance band. I despise them. And what I despise more than AC/DC are people who tell me how great they are. Just fantastic musicians. Mate, if my left hand was working, I could plug that in now and show you how shit they are. I could play AC/DC songs one-handed. In fact, if it was my right hand that was knackered, I could use my left hand to play AC/DC songs. That's how shit they are. Up to workers. Don't get me ranting. How do I not live on a toilet with all that fluid intake? Easy, mate, easy. Casper, it's easy. Piss yourself. Simple. I'm old enough to do it now. Bowie version was better. Bowie versions are always better. I think that's a rule of thumb. If it's a Bowie version, it's better. I might get a hose attached. You never know. Could have a bag. Of course, if I did, it would be a designer one, wouldn't it? It'd be a Lacoste bag. No cheap shit here. You learned the other day that Rooney played for Everton. Say what? Yes, he was 16 when he first came through the ranks at Everton. Everton, he's an Everton legend, but not an Everton legend. He's a legend that played for Everton. United got the best of him, unfortunately. Twice. He also scored on his return to Everton, and that was a picture I used in one of the recent streams, which you didn't see because you were feeling ill. The Scream, it was called, yeah. Am I saying I'm not keen on AC/DC? I'm not keen at all. Not keen at all. I'm also not keen on Keane, whether that's the band or the fucking centre half either. If people want to listen to average music, I don't mind. What I don't like is being told by people that can't play an instrument how fantastic these instrumental bastards are. They're not. They're just not. So a mate of mine, a real good mate of mine, went to great lengths to tell me that Mark Knopfler was the greatest guitarist to ever live. I think, fucking mate, he's not even the best guitarist in his own band. Tempted to say they're great for the crack. Bring it on, Donald, bring it on. 2 games, 3 points. Moyes is already exceeding Dyche. Yes, a legend who played for Everton, not an Everton legend. I would also like to say as well, the word legend, nowhere in the dictionary does it have next to it how many trophies you win or how many goals you score. So all these people, all the Everton fans, like Duncan Ferguson, he's not an Everton legend, he's never won anything. Doesn't fucking matter. I mean, would you say that, for example, George Best was a legend? I would say so. He won stuff, he scored goals, and yet Man United fans still sing songs about him to this day. And what do they sing about him? When I die and you lay me to rest, I'm going to go on the piss with Georgie Best. George Best's legend is as much off the pitch as on it. Same with Duncan Ferguson. Volleying 2 burglars around his back garden to the point where he pulled a hamstring. He'd done his wrist in punching one of them, done his hamstring kicking one of them around the garden. That is a legend by any stretch of the imagination. Talked about handball with your mum today, Casper. She called one of the players the little one. She thought he was impressive for only being 5'10". Yeah. To point out he's 6'4", but the others are massive. I was like that watching basketball years ago. This poor little, he's not much taller than a dwarf. He must be 5'8" or something. Now he's 6'4" as well. All the other fellas are 7 foot plus. Crazy. You saw Keane in Liverpool and you're breaking through. They were woeful. Yes, posh little boys, posh little public school boys with a piano. Well, lessons not fucking learned from Coldplay. Come on. Michael Keane come on today. Fear spread everywhere. Yeah, instead of fear and loathing in Las Vegas, it's fear and loathing in L4. He needs to go for his own mental health, Michael Keane. You think Keane is so funny though, he's a Marmite person. Do you mean Roy Keane? Because Roy Keane, yeah, I think he's great. Keane the band are shit. Michael Keane the footballer is horrific. Legend chat, correct, is right. Don't talk bad of George Best. George Best is fantastic. George Best is an absolute legend. I've met him a few times. Lovely, lovely man. Drunk every time I met him, which is why you can no longer meet him. But a top man. Isn't Legend a film out with craze? It is. Featuring, would Legend be Tom Hardy playing both parts? Lindstrom did some mad jump up from lying flat today. Definitely an injury waiting to happen. That needs to be stopped. But I reckon he's going to be a player for us, even though he's only on loan. Plenty of pace. Jean Gers crossed, he's going to be sound. St George and St Eric. Do you know what? It says a lot about players when even Liverpool fans like Eric Cantona and George Best. Eric Cantona, legend again, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, over the sidelines, just for being a bit of a lunatic, for having a great acting career. Love stuff like that. And he's normally on the right side of things, is our Eric. Plus, both of them, George Best and Eric Cantona, are up there with the coolest footballers of all time. Definitely alongside... sorry Louise, sorry. Fußball, alongside the coolest of all time with the likes of Maradona and Johan Cruyff. The greatest of all time. Coolest footballer, bar none.
Next.
Piggly Ding next. Who's next? I am currently listening to, not at the moment obviously, I'm not an idiot. I'm currently listening to Johan Cruyff's autobiography on Audible, which is fantastic. Some very weird stuff is coming up because he was Mr. Cruyff. Where are we? Jigsaw. Dyche is out. What about Vinnie Jones? Vinnie St. Vincent Jones. Plastic hard man. Good actor. You thought you were talking about the other Keane. There's more than one Keane. But Roy Keane, even now at his age, with his massive grey beard, it'd still be better than Michael Keane at the back. Yes, our Eric, far too many gambling and ale adverts. But then he's a footballer and they like gambling and ale. He's bringing in the ginger. He was also great seeing him in that film, In Search of Eric, which is a pretty good film, to be honest with you. I liked it. Was Vinnie Jones the heavy drinker? No. Vinnie Jones was in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels as, was it Chris, the enforcer? I don't think he was an overly... It was also in Snatch as well. Again, playing the enforcer. And then he was in another film where he played the enforcer. I think Vinnie Jones is up there with Jason Statham in as much as someone says we need someone to play an enforcer. Toss a coin. Heads, Jason Statham. Tails, Vinnie Jones. Tail, give Vinnie a call. A Jenksy Jungle Juice cocktail, of course. Gaza, yes, Gaza was heavily into the Al sauce, still is. So much so that when he played for Everton, he used to finish training or finish a game and just go and knock on people's doors around Goodison Park. Do you fancy coming to the pub? And everyone just go, yeah, all right, mate, yeah, sound. The seagulls that follow the trawler. I like that. I don't get why people were people couldn't understand that. When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Oh, it's so bizarre. What's he talking about? He's talking about you fucking idiots. That's what he's talking about. The press. Instead of going and finding stories, just hang around footballers till a story falls into your lap. Simple. Been in a few films. I think he's taking different roles now. Not sure. Guy Ritchie, Esther Guy Ritchie, yes, those films. Guy Pearce is the Australian dude, isn't he? Who was in Neighbours. And then turned up in Hollywood. And in the desert with Priscilla. When the seagulls follow the trawler, the best thing about that press conference was the glass of water in between the start and end of what he was saying, as if just to hold everybody in his hand. I will finish this when I'm ready, not when you're ready. Shh. Keep listening, boys. The magic's about to arrive. Brilliant. Love it. It's a shame they fall into alcohol, they do. George Best, it must be difficult when you've got such a high profile to not rely on something like alcohol. Gaza, the same thing. Being brought through at the age of 16, 17, he is going to be the best footballer this world has ever produced. That, straight away, you're onto a loser. It's impossible. And then George Best, when he went to the NASL, the North American Soccer League, to play with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, he was playing for, wasn't he? Or was it the New York Cosmos? It was one or the other. Got off the plane and said, drink Canada Dry. It's like, give it a bloody good go, like. Had he not been banned in 95, we might not have won the cup. Yes, Blackburn won the league, we won the FA Cup, and United would have probably won the double if he hadn't been banned. If you did have the Club Rock Shandy, you would be drinking it right now. No hot tub. A Fanta, of course. Fanta in the area. And a juicy jingly cake. Good film. I've never seen that. Never seen that film. Was it Memento 2? Not sure. Press of Vultures, exactly. Or Seagulls in this case. Don't go out and find any. Don't go out and find any kind of stories. Don't see what's going on in the world. Follow footballers around until one of them eventually makes a bit of a hash of things, and there you go. Story sorted. Sit back and wait for the next thing to happen. Bastards. They only work for 90 minutes and get loads of money for it, loads of time for drinking. They don't just work for 90 minutes. There's loads more than that. There's where the problem comes as well, to be honest with you, Louise. We used to have a player playing for us at Everton called Billy Kenny, who was going to be the next big thing in English football. He looked amazing. Got man of the match in the derby at the age of 19 and run the show. And got an injury. And he was on so many £1,000 a week, injured, not able to do anything. So what did he do? He went to the pub with his mates, gambling, playing snooker, on the ale, going to the toilet every 5 minutes to powder his nose, etc. Ruined any chance of a career that he had. So now that we had the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin when he was injured, it was going off doing photo shoots, and everyone's going mad about him. Why is he doing that? What do you want him to do? Go on a photo shoot where he's surrounded by professionals who are looking after him, or go to the pub with his mates where no one has a clue what he's doing and he could be up to no good. That's why a lot of the time they end up drinking, because there's nothing better to do. Or so they think anyway. Of course there is. It's also why a lot of them play golf, because it's a long game. Go out for 4 or 5 hours, you don't have to think about anything else, just off you go. Bucket from Andy. Guy Pearce was great in Ravenous, not seen that either. I don't watch loads of films. I should do really, shouldn't I? Louise, would you like wine or beer? Why is it always wine? Bucket of your finest ale. A beer for Louise. Do you want to flirt with that, love? A bucket of your finest ale. Not Kuchen. Kuchen and a pack of nuts. Magic Morris. I've been watching that lately, by the way. Oh no, it's Selwyn Froggatt. Fantastic 70s sitcom. A pint of cooking and a bag of nuts. Magic, magic. With a theme tune written and sung by Bill Dean, who played Harry Cross in Brookside, who I saw in the Winslow rather outside Goodison Park after we beat Southampton 6-0, was it, or 6-1. Just sat there with he had his large whiskey and half a mild, miserable as sin after we just battered someone. Bloody rubbish, bloody rubbish. Fucking hell, man. What importance is the derby? Are we talking about the football derby? A derby is a local game between an important game between two local rivals. The Liverpool derby is between Everton and Liverpool. So it's very, very important, no matter what is at stake. This time round, it could be very important because Liverpool are looking like they're going to win the league, and Everton need every point to stay up, which is pretty much the last 20 years, isn't it? Cassie, you want a pint, some crisps and a canal boat? Plenty of them floating around in Bridgewater now, isn't there? Have they fixed that yet, the Bridgewater Canal? That looked horrific, that. I like the canal boat stuff. I hope everyone's safe on there. Tonight it's Trapper's Hat from Brimstage Brewery. Or Hoeing, exactly. Not good. DIY crisps. You'll barge in with the canal boat soon. Oh, I like it, I like it. But you're going to have one of these.
Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Is that Bear Trapper's Hat? I've got a Bear Trapper's Hat. Ali, you managed to capture a goldfinch today on video. We have loads of them round here. You can if you have a look on your phone, you can see that they're here. You know, you can hear them. Never ever get to see them. They must be rare getting to be able to see them on video, so fair play to you. Yes, football. The derby is always important. You tip your hat and hat your tip. So Tomasz, goldfinches very briefly nested in a tree. Your dad's all very nice. Ravenous has Robert Carlyle in it too. I've not seen that. I like him, Robert Carlyle. He was in a good film with no one. Obviously, there was other people in it. What was it called? The Legend of Barney, something or other, where he played a barber in a completely and utterly different type of role, but he played it really well. What's it called? Barney. The Legend of Barney Thompson, that's the one. I enjoyed. That was a good film. Good feeling. Very pleased with your absinthe icons, aren't we all? A tea for me. Go ahead, lid. I'll have one of them. Tiny things, goldfinch, distinctive bobbing flight. That might be what I caught then the other day on camera. I set the drone up, and as it got to a certain level and started to turn right, a load of birds flew along it. Loads of them. You sent us the video and the pic. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what you could have won. Oh, hello. There you go. At the top there, little goldfinches. Very nice. Cute little things. Wow. The derby's not important unless you win, at which point it's the most important thing on earth. There's giant sparrows round Ali's way. Do you use them for like target practice? No one going up tonight so far. Anyone going down? Are we back in the car park, are we? Asked you like the sparrow dance. Say a word. Very cute birds they are, aren't they? I managed to catch that robin the other day though, and it was sat about that far above some massive big pigeony looking thing, which I think was a pigeon. Didn't care at all. Come on lad, go ahead. January, everyone is broke. The 42nd of January, payday's another 8 days off. Ooh. But at least this month for me is a right Brucey bonus. Is it higher than a 455? We're allowed to sell a week of our leave every year. So I get a full week's wage extra in this month's pay. Oh, Jackie Lewis.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there. Right, you did cry that one in. No one's going up at all this week. Yeah, well, someone just bloody did. When's the next Liverpool-Everton derby? It has just been announced, hasn't it? And I can't remember when it is. 12th of February, there you go, that's the one. Everton won 35 quid for a cup game v Bournemouth. I would rather staple my marble purse to an elephant. Whinged it in. Just as that don't impress me much is on the dookie. Well said, Shania Twain. She should marry Jude Law, shouldn't she? Shania Law would scare the living Jesus out of people. Love Robins, one hanging around your general area. What? Wait, what? Your general area? Sounds painful. Can you get it removed? Robins are so cute. They look fantastic. They're evil little bastards. So aggressive. Horrible little things. Robin in yours too? Starlings, wood pigeons. Have you got any Scouse wood pigeons? Blackbirds? Blueheads? Well, it is cold out there. House sparrows around and about. How many are there a year? There are 2, unless there's FA Cup games. So there's a home and an away game against each other. But you do occasionally also get drawn against each other in the FA Cup. So there might be more than 2, but there's at least 2. Blue tits are painful. They are. Bless. You had starlings, collared doves, house sparrows, jackdaws, and crows. Great, great tit as well. They're not as rare. They are as rare. They're not as oft seen round here as I would have thought. The great ones. Strange. The blues are. You can hear them quite a lot. Yes, ease the ropes. I've seen those videos as well. The local lake is about 5 minutes walk from you. And at times you have geese walking up and down the path. Don't they make the maddest noise, geese? I mean, when you look up, they are absolutely miles and miles in the air, and you can still hear them, dead loud. They're brilliant. I like the geese. Only seen the one. Oh. Robins are, Louise, they are, aren't they? Savage little beasts. I mean, when you look at them, they're about that big, and then there's these massive birds flying around the place as if they own the gaff. This little thing comes out and goes, oi, 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 go and play down your own end. What? You've put it up on a channel, Lovely Stuff, LA, Lovely Stuff, LA. Don't mention cup derbies, they don't tend to go well, they don't. We tend to struggle in them games. You love geese. They are nice. I do. I like the noise they make when they're all flying away. I like that. Even though it's the harbinger of cold times, it's nice. And when they come back, it's even better. Have I seen who was the manager the last time we beat Spurs at home before today? I was, yes. That was December, wasn't it? 2012. And that would be your very own David Moyes. 1-0 down going into injury time. And we won 2-1. I was in the lower Bullens for that one. With our American friend who come over. And my mate Sharon who lives down the road. And her two lads who are now her two lads. Massive. They couldn't believe the game. 1-0 down. Oh, it's a shame. We played quite well. Next thing you know, what? 2-1. Whole place was shaking. It was mad. You seem to have a lot of grey crows. Are they a thing? Are they old crows? The crows and ravens that get old and go grey, or it's just this? Didn't even know you could have them. Dice out will change. It will change that. George Michael, man, you gotta have faith there. Going down, are we fuck staying up and win the cup? No. You're only thinking of our mental health, yeah. They would. They'd be really good in the derby match. The last Robin that we had playing for us was Robin Olsen. Yeah, it is. Mental health is very fragile when you're Evertonian. It's not good for you, is it? You saw on a show that Meerkoeten are the hooligans of the water, the black and white noisy fuckers on the water. Who are they? Meerkoeten. Won't be going to the derby. I don't go anymore. I've had enough of them. Even the last one at Goodison, I can't be arsed going. I sold me tickets. Aren't the crows that are grey body but the head is black? You can imagine him all heartbroken watching all the other birds with their mates. Aha. We've had some decent backup goalkeepers we have, and some shite ones. Robin Olsen, Jan Mucker. Paul Gerrard. Fucking hell, man. I still can't sleep at night because of him. Must have a good look and see if you can get a pick. Go ahead, do it like Coots. I know what you mean. We have them round here as well, Coots. Yeah, I was going to say, they actually, you're right, they're quite noisy, seemingly quite aggressive Coots. Hooded crow. Isn't that what Holly Johnson will protect you from in The Power of Love? I'll protect you from the hooded crow. Keep the vampires from your door. So he sings. No. Aren't jackdaws greyish with a black head? Are they greyish with a black head? Have they got yellow on them as well? A little flash of yellow on them. I should know more about this because I've got an app on my phone, Anta, on my phone. You wrote a bit on mucker for someone's book. Was it just 3 words? He was bald. That was it. Gerrard as coach at Peterborough. He was, yes. Simonson, shite, but massive. Absolutely huge. Who was the Dutch fella? Saved the penalties. 2 penalties at City. Martelen Stekelenberg, it was. Ex-Ajax keeper. 2 penalties in 1 game. Freaky deaky. The beaks are greyish, right. I always thought jackdaws were small. They sound small, don't they, jackdaws? Boss tune. The best power of love by a distance. Followed by Huey Lewis and the News, obviously. Jennifer Rush is about 14th on that list out of 12 songs. Tell us the difference between jackdaws, crows, ravens and rooks. Only 3 of them are in the NFL. I am convinced. And also only one of them is a character in Porridge. And it's not R blank blank K Rilk. It's jackdaw. But it is Sunday. So let's see what Jeff's been up to. I'm on the fiddle again, says Jeff. He certainly is. Dan Brown, seriously, and I'm the evil one. Well said. Well said, that man. Saturday Night Geezer. Oh, Cheekbone Jeff is back, is he? Is he after something, is he? What's he playing at? Hoo-yah! Cheekbone Jeff. Always there, isn't he? Always fucking there. You also have a blue budgie loose this last couple of months. Owners can't catch it. We're all surprised it survived. What are the ones that are in Glasgow? But is it parakeets? These things should be somewhere in the Amazonian rainforest and they're in the middle of fucking Glasgow and there's loads of them now. They seem happy to be where they are. It's bizarre. Saw some ravens today. They are massive. Ravens are twice as big as any rook or crow or jackdaw. Ravens also very famous for living at the Tower of London. There was a story I was listening to the other day, only a little section of it, about some fella that ended up being... There's a fella who's in charge of the rooks, or the ravens, sorry, at that particular place. There's a name for it, isn't there? The Tower of London. It's not the gatekeeper, whatever it is. He was supposed to go in there and look after it, and one of them flew towards him, hit him in the chest, slid down, went between his legs and flew out and disappeared. I haven't heard the rest of the story and I need to find out where it was. Ravens have a more square end to the tail and are larger. Very, very smart birds. All corvids are, but ravens especially seem to be really switched on. Saturday Night Fever, Jeff, he's rocking it out of that look, isn't he? Jackie Daw, young man, as Cloughie would say. Every footballer from the 1970s could do a Brian Clough impression. They were all shit, but they could all do one. The same as that every time they spoke to Shankly, he used to say, son. Really. My dad still got his thing, yeah, what did he call it? Fucking brain's gone. I think Gram. What do you call him? Telegram. Yeah, Telegram. From Bill Shankly when he made his debut. All the best broken nose love shanks. Got it in the house somewhere. Not a bad little thing to have, is it? Mix between John Travolta and Mink DeVille. Ooh. You want to know why we're having flies this week? Why don't they hibernate? They do, don't they? Don't they? Don't they? Don't know. But it's not cold. It's been cold, but it's not been cold. Not cold enough to finally finish them off. You have ravens in Norse mythology. I do like a bit of Norse mythology. So the same about crows, yes. Very intelligent birds they are. All corvids, magpies, crows, ravens. Just very, very smart birds. Our magpies were corvids. Might not be, mightn't they? You haven't had any flies there for a while now? No flies on our alley? Corvids use tools to do. Very clever birds. Should see them with a Black & Decker strimmer. No stopping them whatsoever. Good question, yeah. Mosquitoes too. You had one the other day. Do you get a lot of mosquitoes in the Netherlands? We don't really get them much over here, to be honest with you. Which is strange. Ravens are in a lot of it. They are used as symbols, aren't they? In Norse mythology. Norse mythology. I can't speak English. Yeah, probably wearing a robin disguise so it doesn't get caught. Good thinking. And Robin Roodborst. Hugin and Munin are two named ravens in Norse mythology. What? Quoth the raven. Evermore. Suppose flies go to shite. In that case, you'd see loads of them, wouldn't you? Never seen one. Only horseflies. Horseflies are evil bastards, aren't they? They can really, really do damage to you as well if one of them decides to bite you. Horseflies have got human teeth. Fucking evil things. They are, they're horrible. What a poor horse has done to deserve that kind of treatment. It's horrific. With a capital F. Horseflies are straight out of hell. They are, aren't they? You can get away with normal flies. Just go on, piss off. Horrible, just annoying. But those horseflies, they can do proper damage. Fuckers. What's the point in flies? What purpose do they serve? Mayflies especially. They hatch. They float up from the water. No food. No going round having a look. Oh, is that a Ferrari over there? Is that a Ferrari? Oh, look. None of that. Just float up. Shag for 20 seconds. Fall down. Dink, done. That's it. That's their entire life. What is the point? What is the point? Apart from just to keep the species going. What's the point in keeping the species going? They do nothing. You can't even train them. You can't have homing mayflies. They're pointless.
Piggly ding. Next.
Piggly ding. Next. Alright, they're seen as evil. Right, so a portent of evil. They're a symbol, are they? What type is a daddy long legs? Well, I'm an Aries. Thanks for asking. On account of the fact that I am a daddy and I've got long legs. I have now that I'm now back over 6'2". Fucking smidge under 6'2". They resemble dragonflies, don't they, daddy long legs? They're also, unless it's a myth, supposed to be one of the most poisonous, venomous animals in the world, but they have no delivery mechanism, so you're safe with them. Ain't that weird? Ain't it weird, ain't it? Ali, back behind the bar, proper. You hate the flies that you see at water, millions of them. Mayflies are the ones that last for a day, that's it, literally. Not even a day, just up, bang, bang. Pointless, just absolutely pointless. Yeah, to be loads of them. They are around water. Because I think they hatch from water, don't they? And then that's it. Just stupid. In Wales, is that Bronwyn? Is it pronounced Bronwyn or Branwyn? Bronwyn is the goddess of white ravens. Bron is the Welsh for raven. And Gwyn is white, isn't it? So is Wen a sort of version of Gwyn white? Is that what it is? Or am I getting that wrong? Monday. As in brawn. Brawnwyn. Fruit flies, millions of them in summer. We used to get them all the time in the pub in the cellar. Them and beer flies, because obviously there was loads of beer and there was loads of fruit juices that smashed down there. So they congregate all the time. Always keep a toad or a frog in the cellar. Yeah, thinking of midges. Midges are horrible things. Are they specific to us, or do they actually exist anywhere else in the world? Just Scotland and us. Didn't know you could get white ravens. You can, but you've got to get them off Wish or something, I think. Just wash them a couple of times. They go grey first and then white. Fruit flies are bastards that keep getting in your rosé. That's a first world problem, that, isn't it? Fruit flies in my rosé. You have one venomous spider here, but they don't have strong enough teeth to break human skin. You also have a spider that lives underwater with an oxygen cover but breathes through. Oh, I've seen something like that. Yeah. Oh. Mad. White ravens sound class, they do, don't they? They sound cool. Like anti-goth. You're afraid of spiders. I can imagine being afraid of things like tarantulas because they look massive. They've got biceps and all kinds, haven't they? Little spiders. The size of you compared to a spider. Just there's nothing to be scared of. Just like ridicule. Nothing to be scared of. You've got midges and tons of mosquitoes. Nothing like up north at your uncle's in Sweden. Where did they all come from? It's mad, isn't it? Bran as in Bran. Wen is a mutation for white. There we go, Branwyn. I only say that because the name Bronwyn is Welsh, isn't it? Or is it just Celtic? Might be. 40th Beef Frito Guithian Jethro Wotton Citric Orifice. Ooh, Workhouse Gothic. Workhouse Gothic is a fantastic name. That sounds like a subgenre, doesn't it? A subgenre of literature. I've been reading lots of Workhouse Gothic recently. Spiders are creepy. They are, but they're nothing. Just little tiny things. Just punch one. They're not going to fight back. Or, alternatively, just put it outside. Which is nice. Put it outside where it's freezing cold. Where do they live? On shit, obviously. A sister afraid of moths and a cousin scared of butterflies. I think moths are just goth butterflies. That's why they're called moths. They couldn't call them goths. They had to call them moths. Don't mind the spiders that look like mosquitoes. They catch the bastard flies and mosquitoes. Spiders are pretty good if you keep them in your house. You obviously don't want millions of them, but they can get rid of a lot of pests. Kitchen gets loads of them little flies in summer, and fly spray does sod all. Yeah, just, I don't know, they seem immune to it, don't they? Evil little sods. You're afraid of moths, jaguars, and you love butterflies and have plants to attract them. Because they don't look the same. I mean, they do and they don't. One's all colourful and cartoony, the other one looks like evil, washed out and dark. Donald, are you awake? No, he says. I see what you did there. Moths are yuck, you hate them as well. Evil bastards. Spiders are nothing. You refer to your earlier comments about Australia, Louise, of course. Those things over there are truly evil. Ours are just little, not pretend spiders, aren't they? Not even spiders in training. You no longer run away screaming when you see a spider, Kirsty, unless it's a big fucker. Yeah. Because they're nothing to be worried about. Dogs, on the other hand, can look really nice and then bite their hand off you. They're the things you need to watch out for. You have the electric flu things, and it's crap as well. Is that one of those little, like, tennis rackety thing that's supposed to zhuzh them? They're no good. Yeah, moths are just butterflies born in the 1950s, so they're in black and white. Sepia at best. Butterflies and moths, the same family. They will be, won't they? Just don't get on. Montagues and Capulets they'll be. Yes, flies hate lavender, so spray that. Or lavender plants. There's loads of things like that. Loads of... Nature knows its ways of getting animals and pests away. Citric acid, citricy stuff that rodents don't like. Spray it all around your house, around the outsides, and you won't have anything trying to come inside. They don't like it. Spiders don't like citric stuff because they taste with the feet, don't they? And this, it's acidic, so they don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. They are before colour TV. We've seen deer flies. They're similar to horse flies. No, deer are massive as well, aren't they? My friend from Sweden sent me some pictures the other day of a mum and dad have got a country house, and there's always elk and moose around there. Those things are huge, and of course anything that lives on them will be massive as well. Ellie, you don't mind spiders as long as they don't come near you. If it's climbing up the kitchen wall, grand, just not near you. Ah, fair enough. Now a plug-in, alright, a plug-in thing, not like a bat. No, a proper plug-in thing. If you see a snake or a lizard, you're happy. Not my scene. Never seen deer flies. Saw a video filmed in Guatemala where a dinner plate sized spider sat on top of the fridge. Ugh, man. Seems those huntsman things that you have in Australia that are like bigger than dinner plates. But yeah, I don't mind spiders with them things though. Just they're too big. They look like giant spider crabs, massive things. Conkers for spiders. Never seen a spider with conkers. Well, yeah, the conkers on a spider. Man, is that what they don't like? Does it have to be the nut, or can it be the flesh around it? Your fleshy nut. So if you get just some of them around the house, outside, will it stop them getting in the house, Louise? Is that what happens? Conkers. Conkers don't work. They just make you worse, and you know you... Yeah. It worked for you. Louise 1, Jackie 0. There you go. If there's one that big near you, you'd faint. Oh, man. Best anti-mozzie spray is the one that you buy in Sweden. It makes a hell of a difference having 10 bites in all instead of 200 per foot, I can imagine. Saw a lizard in Italy at the bench. It was too quick to catch. We caught a few of them over in Spain, and just if you grab them by the tail comes off. Which, unless someone tells you it's alright to grow another one, can freak you the actual fuck out. Mandy, it's the seeing a spider then not seeing a spider that puts you on edge. Where did it go to? A load of deer come close to your house, Donald. It's hard to film because they blend in well with the landscape. They do, don't they? It sounds weird that how can they stand out, or how can they blend in? they stand out so much. Yeah, they do when they're in a park or a zoo or something, but the actual landscape. Saw loads of lizards when you were in Guinea. You didn't mind them. I don't know. I just I don't really like snakes or lizardy stuff, but they're all animals, aren't they? So just be nice to them. Don't evil on them. You tried conkers on your windowsill and just laughed at you and came on in. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, you'll never be a budgie. There you go. Sort of docu on kids living in the Amazon, yeah, going out and catching a Goliath tarantula, roasting them over a fire as a snack. They do, don't they? What, Ali? Yes, tell us all more. You put them on the vent for the gas fire and stop them coming in. It's the nut. Right. Right. So it's on the vent for the gas fire. Does it have some kind of oil within it that goes vaporised and they don't like the smell of it or something? We should look into this. We shall do that. You have to camouflage yourself. Or in the treehouse. Get yourself a hide. You'll be fine. You've not seen them. Not many deer there. Yeah, you and your mate took a dog for a walk and 2 red deer coming out of these trees. There's no way they should have been there. There's loads apparently where we are. I've never seen one, but there's warnings. Driving from here to Berska, there's warnings all the time at the side of the road. Beware of red deer. Also the coast road coming up towards Southport. A car hit one not too long ago. Wiped out the car. That's how big these things are. Just jumping across the road. Dunk. Ouch. I almost wiped out 2 rabbits last night. Luckily I missed them. This morning rather. Does the skin not change to the environment? Deer. Lizards do, but not deer. They're just crawling walls and in gardens. They do over there, don't they? Where is it? Is it Guinea? Oh, I've seen somewhere where they're treated with huge amount of respect by the locals. If you see these things in the house, you just leave them. What was that on? That was on some show. That was a BBC show recently. I've seen that. Deer come within a quarter mile of the house, but they barely come up on camera. Quite skittish as well, deer, aren't they? Oh yeah, the science experiment where they give the spider caffeine, amphetamine, THC. Seen a difference in the web they spun. The weed one proper didn't it? The caffeine one I think was alright and was done quickly, but everything else just was all over the place. Whereabouts are you? Jackademus, where are you? Why did they do that? They did it, Jack, to test the effects of these drugs. If they can do this to a spider, imagine what it does to a human brain. Which is mad. What the hell are you watching? That's a very famous experiment, that one, Esther. We've only had Jeff so far. We have, Mandy, we have. Internet keeps noping. Bloody thing. What a pain that is. We'll have another one in a minute. You've got cow or sheep signs. About 250,000 deer were culled last year in Ireland. There's loads around. You need to be careful with them because if you're not, they will just eat everything and your land will be completely ruined. You'd move. Right, you were in a town called Gomboya and a place called Simboya. Conkers for spiders, time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. True story. It's in Oldham, but a rough land that he planted trees about 20 years ago, alright? Yeah, a lot of people wrote off their cars because they are massive and they weigh an absolute ton. If your car hits them, your car does not survive. Mind you, neither does the deer, to be honest with you. It's not good. Right, go on. It is Sunday.
But Kipper's Vindaloo can't be good for you.
What Kipper's found for this week? Pothole land. Residents of Wrexham Village turn road into tourist attraction. Workers started to fill the potholes, but local residents in North Wales Village say they're only half filled in some cases. Residents on a road in North Wales have taken matters into their own hands by turning a road full of potholes into a tourist attraction. Signs have been erected in the village of Pont Vadag in Wrexham advertising pothole land. According to the sign, the attraction features the deepest, longest, widest potholes in Wales. 2 kilometres of award-winning potholes with very little actual road to spoil your fun. The caption on the road adds. The caption on the sign adds even. Rex van. See? Wrexham but Rex van.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. That was shit, Kippers. That was shit. But isn't that a boss thing to do? If things are going badly, embrace it. Turn it into a cause célèbre. They say in Sweden that you're never more than 300 metres from a moose. Yeah, not super fun on the winding country roads, especially when you see the wild fence ending sign. 6,000 collisions a year up there. Famously used in Red Dwarf as a lateral thinking question, which Rimmer didn't understand but everyone else knew. Not sure you have any in Northern Ireland unless in some forest areas. You will definitely have deer in Northern Ireland without a shadow of a doubt. It's perfect land for them. Good grub, deer as it is. Venison, very, very good. Very expensive though, isn't it? In fact, it is very dear, obviously. Venison, because it's really lean meat, isn't it? If I'm led to believe. You want a half, Louise? You want a half? Just an half. Do you want half a plate with that, love? Concert Square, you're never more than 6 feet from a moose, you're right. Loads of camels as well. Is your pothole half full or half empty? That is the question that keeps us awake at night. Although I do have an answer to that question. Not the potholes, but is your glass half full or half empty? The actual answer to that is it's always full. It might be half full of liquid, but it's never empty. There's no vacuum involved in a glass. So it's half full of liquid, half full of nitrogen, oxygen. It's always completely full. There you go. The writer called Thomas. It is our Thomas in a Welsh disguise. He's double bubbling. He's getting extra money for working for the Wrexham Leader, or whatever it was that was founding. Your head is slowly dropping. You'll bid us all good night. It's been great talking with you. No worries. Your crack has been missed as well, Jackie. Not very often we can say that, is it? Bon nuit. Good to see you back. Well, it's always nice to see the back of you. Get a good night. Yeah, get an early night. As early as this is for you, like, you know what I mean? And hopefully that's the rest of your illness taken care of. Catch you later in the area. You have an island called Fur, where people are super mad. Someone, what was it? Munyachje. It's what you call a fauna pollution. Ooh, hang on.
It's going up. 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 It's there.
Esther. It's there. Science. It is. It's all about the science. I'm all about the science. You're Welsh disguised. There's a joke in there somewhere. Abso-fucking-lutely. Where was you going when I saw you coming back? I don't know, man. I'd fucking been, hadn't I? Casper, we'll take a beer. Munjak. You had me slightly confused there, to be honest. Slightly confused, Casper. Slightly confused. Sud Onim is Irish. As well as Patty O'Dawes. Obviously. Are we here all week? That is a good cup of tea. And it's still very hot. Remind me to test that later. I need to give that a test later. I bought a black mist filter for it. Has Esther's up disappeared? What? No, what? No, I think she was born female. Is that no? Is that not what you're talking now? Connie on 193 now. Happy days. A beer to celebrate, yes. Oh, hang on where we are, hang on where we are. There's Donald's deer at work. It's a proper beer. Esther at level 18. I've just upped, haven't I? I just give it there, didn't I?
It's
Do it
going
again
up,
anyway,
it's
just in
going up,
case.
it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's there.
I've got a friend who works in Gunpowder Mills, which is in Essex, I think. North London, Essex area. She is constantly seeing deer because there's loads round there. Same as there is in Richmond Park. Yeah, she's always getting pictures, putting them on Instagram of feeding these deer. They're lovely little things. I think you did miss it. We got me doubting myself now. Jackie just said a generic good night to everyone, so we're alright with that one. I think she's knackered, to be honest with you, mate. She's getting over illness, Connor, so her head is dropping. Time to switch off. The Everton winner's gotten to you, you don't know yourself. I know exactly what you mean. We're not used to it. It's canes your brain, lad. Canes your brain. Yellow aurora alert at the moment. Keep watching the skies, man. Sort of massive male red deer once. It was the biggest deer species you have in Denmark. They are big things, aren't they? Those, I mean, them elky moosey things in Sweden. Jesus. I didn't realise how big they were. The same as the Canadian ones. There's a video of one walking down the road. There's cars parked at some kind of, I don't know, don't want to say traffic lights or temporary traffic lights, but something. All the cars had to stop and this thing just started wandering down and it was huge, made the cars look small. And Canadian cars are not small. Oof, man. My throat's gone a little bit, you know what I mean? Yeah, Pretty never had the rifle. That you could have blown its heat clean off its shoulders there. thought the aurora was usually pinky green. It can be. It all depends on what chemical element is being excited in the atmosphere. Each chemical burns with its own colour. So the sun comes down, the sun's rays, or the solar wind, and it excites the electrons in the sky, and whatever chemical is in the sky that particular night, that's the colour of the aurora. So you will get pink, red, green, blue, orangey stuff. Depends on what's up there. And you can tell, depending on what colour it is, what is in the atmosphere. Elkie Moose, Pale's a singer. I was only singing that earlier on today for some strange reason. Why did that come to mind? That's bizarre. Don't know why that came to mind. Easily done. Busy tonight, it is. Very busy. Oh, hang on, we got more. A wild goat. That's a proper wild goat. That, look at that bugger. No, there you go. They're strong little buggers as well, aren't they? Big, thick, chunky necks on them. Throwing the loaf in on you. Biggest moose you ever saw was 2 metres at the shoulder. They're truly massive. Never seen one that big. That's ridiculous. Jesus, man. 2 metres at the shoulder as well. That's without the rest of the neck, the head, and the antlers. Fucking hell, man. That's heap big moose. That's a massive goat. Jamaicans would be throwing that into a Dutch pot and currying it. They would love that. Loving it. The goats stink like Satan's arse crack. Not the cleanest of creatures, are the goats. And they're very aggressive as well, goats. Those ones that took over Llandudno, remember them during COVID time? Because there was no one out and about. They just came off the Great Orme and thought, that's it, we run this place now. Crazy buggers. It was a bull, and the bulls are usually at least 2 metres at the shoulder. They are huge, aren't they? I didn't realise they were quite that big. That's just looking at it now. That's, oh, fucking hell, man. That is scary. That is scary, man. Goat is chewy meat, so better not kill them. But if you cook it long enough in a Dutch pot, which is what the Jamaicans use in a Dutch pot, then it will be really, really tender. It will fall off the bone. Never had curry goat. I've had some other Jamaican stuff, but never that. It is an absolute goat of a goat. The goatest of all time. It's a strange animal, a goat or an ibex or all those cloven hoofed horn things. Bizarre. The fact that they can just jump up and balance on things. Very, very odd. Who let the goat out? You love goats and you cannot lie. They look cute, but they're a bit weird. Piggly Dong next. Yeah, they look like sort of chav sheep, don't they, goats? You know what I mean? Up north, the moose usually stands in deep water in the summer because they're damn mosquitoes and midges, yeah? Alright, that's why they do it. That's why no one knows how big a moose is, because they're normally up to the clacker bag in water. Then they get out and go, ho, 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 the size of that bastard. Bloody big things, bloody big things. Can you eat them as well, or has anyone tried? No one been brave enough. Where are we? Right, well, it is Sunday and there's only one left to go, so. Hoo-yah! Let's have a bit of Horace. Emails are not great. We need to write more letters. It's a dying art. Hoo-yah! I absolutely 100% agree. We are losing the ability to write letters to people. Just a quick email, No, write a letter. Learn how to do cursive. Learn how to read a clock, children. Did any celebs go to Llandudno after lockdown finished? Loads said they were going to. I don't know. I should ask my auntie, she lives there. She's lived there for a long time. A long, long time. Oh, so long. Oh my God, look at the sausage dog, he's adorable. Grab a coffee, we'll talk. Did he breathe through their antlers? Breathing through their arse if they're in the water, I know that. More letters, please. Definitely more letters. That's what we need. Horace is right. Horace is always right. Horace knows the score. Hardcore Horace knows the score. Hi, haiku. Yep. Brian from Ideal. Hi, in his scrummy. Handwriting is a skill. It is. It's a dying art. And trust me, receiving something handwritten, whether it's written on parchment with a quill or just quickly with a biro on the back of a betting slip or something, is much better than receiving an email. If someone takes the time to actually write something out to you, much better. I've still got somewhere. We were outside one of the pubs in, might have been Concert Square actually. No, it wasn't. So I lie. The People's Poet. I remember seeing him outside a bar in Concert Square, and years later we were in the First Nash, and we got him to do us a poem about our Call of Duty clan that we've got, which is called Yamar, and he did it for us, and I've still got the handwritten poem that he did on the back of a billfold sheet thing, whatever it's called. It's here somewhere. So I'll keep hold of that because it's nice. It's handwritten. I like that. I like writing things if I can. Which is why I've got notebooks and paper fucking everywhere. But I can never find what I want. But it needs to be done. Write things down, man. As handy as it is having your phone with you and doing voice notes or notes, just write things down. Someone might be able to find that note in years to come and wonder what the hell is this. Up the workers. Up the workers. Up the schrijvers. Well, the heating's gone off and it's still warm and I've still got the window open. But I'm going to close it to make sure we don't lose any more heat, because I don't want to walk in here later and it'd be bastard freezing. Up the miners. Free tooting. Oh man. Oh, I am tired. And my daughter still hasn't got back to me. Little shit. Get back to me. Well, I'll see her in the morning. How has this weekend gone so quickly? Tune on a dookie, yep. Flock of seagulls. I worked with the cousin of one of that band from Liverpool, obviously. Too fast, yeah, absolutely. Far too fast. It's always the way though, the working week drags and then you get to the weekend, you blink and it's gone, you're back to the working week. It's mad. You find a handwritten letter from your great grandma to your mum that you give to your niece. That's lovely, that, Jack, it really is. See, you can't give a text message or an email to someone. Handwritten stuff you can. You can pass down from generation to generation. I love stuff like that. Yeah, you find old notebooks of your own, Mandy. No clue what half of them mean. Good luck to anyone else trying to decipher them. I'm exactly the same. I've got 4 or 5 little notebooks that I used to carry with me all the time. Fill one up, get another one. And I'd write lyrics in there and little poems and what have you. And little ideas. Going back and looking at them now, I'm thinking that's not funny, that's shit. Or I've got no idea what this means. So yeah, the same thing. But at the time, it was genius. I think it's important to do that. Write things down. You'll be surprised. You take notes all day in work and come to write them up and you've got no idea what you've written. Yeah, I feel your pain. My handwriting looks very much like a doctor. Just, yeah, same thing. I knew what I was writing and then I get halfway through it and think, despite the fact that I knew what I was writing and I can tell what I was writing, I still can't make out the words in the middle of it that I need to know. Which is bullshit. Bullshit. We need to do that. We need to write more. Definitely write more. Even if it's just you with the people that you know. Send them a letter occasionally. I often thought of doing that. Just writing letters and sending them to random addresses in the phone book. Anywhere in the country. You don't know who I am, but if you're having a bad day, you know, that kind of thing. Think positively. I've written a poem. I thought I'd like to send it to someone. You were the first person that came across in the phone book, and don't put your own details on there. You know what I mean? Is that the handwriting or gibberish in general? Both for me. The handwriting makes no sense, and also, what on earth was I thinking about when I wrote these 4 words? What? It mega no sense. It mega no sense. Although some of the poems I wrote and some of the lyrics I wrote were quite good. They stood the test of time, but other stuff I've got no idea what I meant. I must have been thinking of something when I wrote that. Barnsey, no worries, mate. Been nice chatting to you as always. Catch you next time. Be lucky, and watch out for deer and spiders, and spider deer. Yeah, come the Gen X revolution, all tactics will be written in cursive and times will be written down on a clock. We'll meet up at... I don't know what this is. Yeah, trying to maintain engagement and positive rapport whilst not looking writing. Scroll and then unknown content. But it looks like looks like you're trying at least. Texted the people one number above and below your mobile number, didn't get a response. Horrible bastards. They should have at least said something. If nothing else, no, I don't want to buy you. I'm not selling anything good because I don't want to buy you. Marveloso. Oh, man. I should have had a Chaz and Dave. My face is itching the bastard face off me. What have I got to, I've got to do something when I finish as well. What have I got to do? A wash, that's it. A wash of stuff that I can throw in the tumble dryer afterwards. I will do that when we finish. Also, do you know what? That's one of the things that goths are smart, you see. I spoke about goths earlier. Goths are fantastic. If everything you own is black, there's not a darks and whites washes. Everything just goes in together. See? They are thinking. Ecologically friendly. Speaking of which as well, I saw a goth yesterday outside Sainsbury's, walking out, holding a loaf of bread. Like swinging it with them. Goths exist. Therefore they must eat food. Therefore you would think they would eat bread. But I'd never seen a goth with a loaf of bread before. I thought the same thing when I saw one wearing a Christmas jumper about 10 years ago. I'd never seen a goth in a Christmas jumper. Now I want to see goths doing all manner of things. What type of bread? Sunblessed best of gear. If you've not seen Still Game, that'll mean absolutely nothing to you. Probably, I don't know, sourdough, very sourdough. Some goths wear some red or pink with the black, which means they are ahead of me daughter when it comes to colour. She's not a goth, not remotely, but everything she wears is black. Bizarre. Thrills me with joy to see moshes out jogging. I had to read that twice there. A bit of half man, half biscuit. Steampunk, yeah. Sure it was a goth and not an emo. Yeah, aren't emos tall with just two legs and feathers, and that's an emu, isn't it? It was definitely goth, not emo, because he looked happy. I've seen happy goths, never seen a happy emo before. Jess wouldn't be allowed to wear red. She's not allowed to, despite the fact that she doesn't care about football, to be honest with you. All the stuff that she has in her wardrobe is black, apart from a blue jumper that she has to wear for work. I'm not miserable, Dad, I'm not miserable. Opens wardrobe. Alright, maybe I'm miserable. Might have been a goth, very similar in style but different, kind of, yeah. But it was a happy goth. Happy goth lucky. Just bouncing out of Sainsbury's with the orange light hitting the back of the pale skin on the neck. They're wearing glasses as well. And a ginger beard. Thinking about it now, it might have been a fisherman wearing a black jumper. I don't know. No, but it was definitely gothic. Gothish. Depends on the brand, yeah. Last orders, shout. Get them in. Rawhide. Get them ordered. Speaking of orders, like I say, if you want one of these, let me know and I will post one out to you. Tomash, I might have one in the car for you anyway next time I see you. Champagne and caviar. A ginger beard, gothy, dark clothing, as if incognito, yeah. Spring in the step. It definitely wasn't Deitch. He had hair. It is a keyring bottle opener. Bear's paws, beer, yeah. Keyring bottle opener. And it won't, yes, because it sees my eyes. And now it's upside down because I'm fucking useless. So there will be one. There was going to be. I was going to put it in the car before the match today, but obviously never went. Got a battered orange Alpha Taxis one on your keyring from St George's Hall Beer Festival from years ago. Our work used to go to that en masse years ago. We're just nipping out for 2 hours for lunch and then they come back about 4 days later. Is there a proper party unless someone loses an eyeball? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'll make sure I've got stuff in the car just in case anybody fancies it. But otherwise, give us your addresses and I'll post them out. Freeman's of charge. Freeman's of charge. Stylized interviewer over on Twitch. Cheap viewers on streamboot.com. Remove the space. Yep, cheers for that, bud. I don't think so. There you go. It's not a party until a donkey gets knocked out. Exactly. That's when you know you've had a proper night out. Proper party. Proper party. Yeah, shame we didn't go today. And Jai's goal would have looked lovely from the upper Gladys. I am in the perfect space for that as well. Just to the left of the goal, as you look, would have been perfect. I've got to look after myself. Right, Mrs. Tom would have stolen the pre-match car stream show. Of course she would. Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? Is the slot bit capable of opening cans? What do you call me? Is that what that is? That slot bit? Is that what that's for? Is that for opening cans? Mandy, you genius if that's what that's for. How did I not know this? How did I get to 51 years of bleeding age and not know this? We shall see. Give it a go. Does the slot bit lift the ring pull? There you go, yeah. The Arna slot bit at the top there must be for lifting ring pulls. Ah, right. As I say, it's not metal. They're only cheapy things to see if they worked or not. And they do. Can you sling a rubber band off it? I think, you know what, I think you can. Look at that. Stick it in the end there. Ping. You can thwang it at people. It's a rubber band thwanger. That's what you meant, yes. There you go. Needs a pointy bit so you can scratch your ear hole. I'm sure we could fabricate one of them. Pause rubber band thwanger. It's the next thing. It is the next thing. All the kids are going to want one. Ali Ali, gotta go. No worries. Go and get your head down, and another happy birthday from all of us. Hope you had a decent day and a decent night. The patented pause rubber band thwanger, the new fidget. It is the new fidget spinner. it is going to be the feel-good hit of the summer. Everyone with the thwanger out. It gonna be good. I like them. They also make a very satisfying noise. Could use it as an extra in the stories of Metal Frog. That has just reminded me. Thank you, Esther. That's reminded me. I bought a surround for my license plate on the back of my car, and I had to use a Metal Frog clip to keep it together. And when I took it off, it was all right. But now it's come undone again. I need to buy another surround, a more expensive one this time. Bastard. But yeah, Metal Frog. We need more Metal Frog stories. Sign Missione. Here's the man. The one true guru. Missione Impossible. Yep. I was going to say morning Jackie, but she was here. She actually said good night, so we can't really have a go at her, can we? Morning Jackie. License plates around. It says, yes, do not open boot during snow. As that would be a terrible thing to do. Only an imbecile would do something like that. Bonne nuit, mon chéri Alison Benet. But I need to order another one. My dad helped put it in. Well, he put it in for us, and it looked fantastic. And now it's knackered, and I don't want to get pulled up by the police. Now that my name is on the bad boy list, and I thought they were being nice to me, complimenting me on my my car stewardship, parking, fine, sound, obviously not. You up there, workers? Right, yeah. But what we're going to have to do now is get rid of some stuff. I got a parking fine, I did. Despite having a blue badge, apparently you can't park in places where there's a restriction, a loading restriction. I didn't realise that, and I went and bought 2 lovely vinyl albums, and when I come out, there was a parking ticket. So I went and complained to myself. AC/DC was about to come on the Dookie, not on my fucking watch, sunshine, not on my watch. Not on my watch, soldier. The only thing that's coming on now is a better song, to be honest with you. What's that doing that for? One that would require your dancing shoes. Get 'em on. Dancing shoes at the ready. Let's do this thing.
Another great night here at the Bears Paws. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat, told the odd joke. Now get in our hot tub for a post-stream soak.
And that's that.
Hoo-yah!